Everything that's coming out of your mouth is a lie. Everything. And unless we start getting the truth, we're going to announce two possibilities with Kaylee. Either you gave Kaylee to someone and you don't want anyone to find out because you think you're a bad mom, or something happened to Kaylee and Kaylee's buried somewhere or in a trash can somewhere, and you had something to do with it. Either way, right now, it's not a very pretty picture.
Day 25 of the Casey Anthony murder trial. Could she walk? I'm back with criminal defense attorney Mark Eiglarsh and Judge Penny Brown Reynolds. She was the presiding judge on Family Court with Judge Penny. Now, the trial is on the cover of People magazine this week, and the question there is Casey getting away with murder? Judge Penny, I like you, am preoccupied with how fascinated people are with this case. Why do you think we're so captivated?
Dr. Drew, it's a case that really is so fascinating because it shows the incredible dysfunction of the family unit. And then you're dealing with, could a mother actually kill her child? And I think what's most fascinating is whether you believe the prosecutor's theory or the defense's theory. During this period of time that her child either died by an accident or by premeditated murder, could a grieving mother act the way that she acted? Could a grieving mother go out to dinner and go with the boyfriend and go out shopping? And I think all of those dynamics, not to mention all of the red herrings that have been raised by the defense, I think it's just incredible. People want to know about it. And to be frank with you, I don't believe that the media is generating the attention as much as the public is generating the need to want to know that this mother may have acted outside of everything that a mother is supposed to do. The family dynamics is so critical because you have Cindy Anthony having to testify against her own daughter who's facing the death penalty, while at the same time, and every mother knows this, having to maintain the fact that she is still her child. So that's why I think it's just absolutely fascinating.
You know, I think you're right, Judge Penny. I even as you lay it out like that, I start to understand it a little better. Even though I'm still kind of surprised how we just day in and day out want more of it. But when the way you described it, I thought to myself, you know, I originally described this as sort of a Medea case. And when you really think about it, it is like a Greek tragedy or some spectacular play playing out right before our eyes, isn't it?
It's absolutely fascinating. You know, more and more people are liking reality television today. But somehow we know that reality television is not quite reality television. So we love mysteries, we love murder mysteries, and to some degree, there's a little bit of everybody's family mixed in this. We have many young women who have children who are not married. We have parents who are having to deal with baby boomers, having their children come back to live with them. We have grandparents who are helping to raise their grandchildren. You have a lot of different issues that are blended in here, and then smack in the middle of it, you have this woman who, without question, is a liar. And a pathological liar, without question. So we know that.
Without question.
But then you're having to see, does bad character, being a liar, equal to making that big leap just because she's a liar? Can she also be the murderer of her own child? So it's just absolutely fascinating.
I love the way you laid it out. Now, there are no... Mark, do you have something to respond to that? Judge Penny, to you, how would you rate Judge Perry's handling of the courtroom proceedings, giving him a grade from A to F?
Well, for me, I give my colleague an A, and I can tell you why. The judge is the gatekeeper for justice. He has to maintain the integrity of the process. And let me tell you, it's not easy. Being a judge myself, and I've had high-profile cases before, you're thinking about the circus that's occurring outside, and there's literally a circus every day that's occurring outside that courthouse. You're thinking about the media scrutiny, but at the same time, no judge like having attorneys who are inexperienced before them. They were the hardest trials to have when one lawyer didn't know what he was doing, particularly if it was the lawyer of a defendant. Because you see, the judge's job is never to be the advocate for the defendant. The judge has to make sure that justice is paramount. He must, at all times, no matter how inept the defense counsel or any counsel may be, there are rules and regulations, there are rules of evidence, there are discovery rules that he has to maintain the process. Because, as our other guest so eloquently said, it's not always about the truth, it's about who can prove. beyond a reasonable doubt what occurred. And so you don't want anybody to become cynical about the justice system. So the judge's role is paramount. The judge has to be seen as someone who's not favoring either side, but being completely impartial. And this is a seasoned judge. He knows his way around the courtroom. Like myself, he's a former prosecutor. And so I think he's done an excellent job.
Okay, Mark.
I got one beef.
Mark,
I got one beef.
Well, I'll let you say it. One thing, I just want you to take note, though, that Penny has soothed my nausea. She has. But go ahead.
Go ahead. Again, I agree with Penny. She's wonderful. I can't disagree with her.